I am Vig with Local Ring Podcast. I'm here with Sean Hawley. We are at the Florida Deathmatch Carnival and just having a quick conversation.
Let's do it.
Uh, First question I was asked with the deathmatch is like, what got you into deathmatch? Because that's a different beast.
I mean, I'm still new to the game. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I just recently got into it. I'm more of a pro wrestling type guy. I'm more into wrestling physics and masterminding the ring more or less. Um, but I'm trying to throw myself out there a little bit more, and I'm a very goal oriented guy. Gore, same concept, right? But very goal oriented, and this is like a next chapter for me. A lot of people, thought when I was out with a certain health issue that I'd never come back to wrestling. Um, so for the past better part of a year, I've been working on myself, trying to get myself back together, getting my health back in decline, and been lucky enough to get this opportunity to do it again, and I'm back. I'm back 100%, fully recovered. Um, Winning tag team champions with Anchor Pro Wrestling, and now coming into tonight, putting myself in a very different situation, as we can say. So definitely not my realm, but I guess I'm gonna have to learn on the fly, as the boys like to say.
And today, since people at home can't see, tonight there's no ring, no ropes, no rules, and it's a concrete floor, which does not look like a whole lot of fun.
No, it does not. There's been times I've looked over my shoulder, I've looked from the distance, and I'm like, I'm more into wrestling rings, as you know. Um, Even with a death match that I've done before, I've had wrestling ring, but this is a whole new concept to me. Is seeing no ring whatsoever. It's just a flat ground, and all I know is there's going to be a tarp on the floor and a lot of craziness, because I don't know if I can cuss on here, but I'm going to say a lot of craziness.
Yeah,
If I can,
yeah.
there's going to be a lot of fuckery is if this is going to happen tonight. So I'm opening a realm that I'm not fully 100% in just yet, but I guess I'm going to have to learn real fast.
And this is new for me. Like I walked in here and it's like, this isn't wrestling. Like this is.
I mean, kudos to the guys that have done death matches.
Yeah.
Guys like Nick Gage, Matt Cardona, who was a former wrestler who went into there, and he's done it, and made a huge name for himself. You got guys, all over. There's a list of names, and I could go on and on. I've seen film of how these guys go about, and kudos to them, because this is a whole nother ballpark than actual wrestling. Like, you have to mentally, physically, and everything be prepared for this. So I 100% respect these guys, and I know they put their bodies on the line the same, if not more, than what we do. And that's no disrespect to even the professional world. It's a monster in its own, and I'm not gonna lie, it is scary, definitely, because you never know what can happen.
I went to my first deathmatch show, FLDMC. I think it was their second show, and to seeing it live for the first time in person, it's like I'm behind the camera for a reason. Like,
I mean, I was there for the very first Florida Death Match, with the tag teaming, and then I came in this previous death match, too, and being in the ring with Ruby Flyer, Zariah Ruiz, Ruby Devlin, all three of them. Huge credit to them. When I seen what they did in the ring, and I was trying to outsmart the whole thing, but it didn't really work out in my favor in a way. I kind of tried to help some people in a way, but it didn't go over the way I wanted it to. But, I kind of stayed clear of it. But tonight, with having no ring and there's going to be a crowd all around us, I don't think I have anywhere to run, which is going to really test what I can do inside of this pit box, as they like to call it. So I'm gonna really have to show and try to put my claim and put my flag into this ground and be like, hey, I'm here. I'm not trying to run away from this.
that'd be an interesting show. You mentioned APW. Is APW
Yeah.
AL?
So this is
Anchor
APW.
Pro.
Yeah, this is Anchor Pro Wrestling tag team titles. These are actually the new titles that they just brought on.
So I interviewed
So
Defiance recently, and
yeah,
I think
so
they were going for the inaugural
absolutely.
title run.
So me and my partner KC actually just received these titles, and tomorrow night we will have a show where we are in a triple threat tag team match. So they're changing the game here. So literally the match we're in is a triple threat rules with three different tag teams. So triple threat, three people in from the teams at all times. So it's literally a triple threat at all times, no matter what. Like you don't even have to be involved in the pin, and we could lose the tag titles, which is scary enough. Me and KC haven't even really gotten on the same page. We barely know anything about each other, but with Ashton wanting to keep these titles away from the tribulation, he handed these titles to us and said we are going to be the inaugural champions. So, with that being said, we are, the first ever APW tag champs. So now we have to, put in our work and show what we're worth and show that, even though we're not a team that, is as collectively together as everybody else, we actually have to show that we can work together.
Are these the only two companies you work for? Do you travel around a lot?
Actually, I am going to start traveling out here a lot coming soon. As of right now, we do have, this punk rock show tonight, and then we have Anchor Pro tomorrow. I have a few shows that I can't name just yet because it's not 100%. We got alligator noises going on behind us. We're at like a screamo thing. But yeah, no, there's a few places that I'm trying to get into, but nothing's set in stone just yet. Here in the next few months, I know I do have a booking in Los Angeles. That'll be my first time going out of the states for wrestling, so I'm really excited about that. But just trying to create new opportunities for myself and actually get myself out there a lot more than I used to is really exciting because me being in quote unquote the prime of my career at the age that I'm at and being as healthy that I am right now and feeling as great as I am, I'm going to push it to the limit and do as much as I can, as best as I can. Got a little boy at home, got a wife at home. They know I have the passion for this, so they're full on board with it and they want to see me do everything that I can with this.
So where did the passion start? Like, what got you into wrestling? Like way back when?
Uh, I'd have to say more the Attitude Era. Born in '96 and stuff like that. Going in, guys like Shawn Michaels, Triple H, a huge influence as of Edge, Christian. 5 second pose. So a lot of the Attitude Era got me into it, and going through the Ruthless Aggression Era, seeing how stuff was going, just seeing that you can be more than just yourself in this world, and you can actually be somebody and not quote unquote a character at all times. It's a real fun thing to do. Yes, we play characters. I know I'm breaking the fourth wall by saying this, and I shouldn't.
That's been shattered by now.
Yeah, but I try to hold that fourth wall up. But just having the influences back in the days, seeing what they did and how much fun they had with it, seeing how much fun it is, and enjoying and loving every moment of it, living my childhood dream. It's completely fun. Like I've never lost the passion for it.
So how did you go from I like this to I'm going to find a school and do this?
So when I was looking around for a very long time. So when I was a kid, I was looking into it and everything else like that. But obviously, everything's like you got to be 18, this and that, and everything. So crazy enough, when my 18th birthday hit, I actually found a pro wrestling school in Orlando, Pro Wrestling 2.0, and I actually signed up and actually started training and everything else like that, and got into the business, learning, all the basics, learning, this and that, paying dues, respecting the locker room, respecting the boys and the girls that that are on the shows, and just having that that grounding of having someone like Pug Porto, and being back in WWF era, knowing how the locker rooms run and everything, understanding the background basics of hey, this is how you should greet yourself, this is how you carry yourself. Some of these kids that come in here and just willy nilly and don't do the handshakes, don't introduce yourself, because you feel like everybody owes you something, and that's not the way it should run. Like the way he put it to me is no matter how far you go in this business, you're never on top. You're never, the guy to be like, hey, like I run this place. Everyone's here to compete and have fun and one day you could be the world champ. Next day, the booking can completely change and you lose that championship. So having that respect for the boys and girls because those are your dance partners, as a lot of people like to say. Without them, there is no you. So you know that's your make or break point, and respect is a huge thing in this business. And if you don't have it, it could get you out of here really fast.
It's something I've learned since doing this and going into locker rooms for the first time, like as a fan. Wrestling seems like a brotherhood. Like the way you guys are with each other. When you see somebody new walk in, they walk around, shake everybody's hands. Usually, it's just a really cool atmosphere that I think the people at home don't get to see.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We call each other brothers. We call each other sisters. It's a family away from family. Everybody loves and respects each other. Everybody has each other's best interests at heart because like I just mentioned, if you don't have that respect and you don't have that passion with each other, things could go south very quickly. And with nowadays, there's a lot of crazy flips, bumps, high flying and everything. If that person isn't there to protect you, it could end it all. Like
I always saw it last year with Zoe Stark.
Absolutely,
they were a beat off, like just a tiny beat, and her knee.
Absolutely. There's been people that have done some crazy things. And it's not always on your dance partner. Sometimes it's it could be a simple slip of a foot. It could be a simple miserror, and everything can be taken away from you in just a second. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's just like a trampoline. Oh, it's a movie. It's scripted. Da 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 da. And it's crazy. It's not that it's scripted. It's more or less of we still have to tell you the story. No matter what, we still have to tell you the story.
They give you the final chapter, and the rest is up to you guys.
Exactly. Like they'll give you the finish of the movie, but you have to put that movie together from the beginning sequence all the way to the finish. Just because Batman came out, you already know what the finish is. Batman's going to reign supreme. That doesn't mean you're not going to go watch it. You're still going to go, spend your money, and everything else like that, and you're going to go watch it because you want the entertainment. And that's exactly what we do. We give you the entertainment, we give you the joy, we give you the passion. We're all in this to either, we're here to make you feel. And if we can't make you feel, then, maybe it's not for that person, but it's kind of hard to say when, people are like, oh, it's like a movie. But we're giving our heart and souls to this. We don't have a stunt double to, jump off the top rope. We don't, have a stunt double to, give a suplex and take the suplex. And,
I think a lot of
everything hurts. Oh, we had to pause because she started letting everybody know it needs to go down. So we're back.
A lot of people at home may not have seen a ring built. It's wood and steel with the tiniest bit of the worst foam I've ever touched.
I mean, it depends on the promotion, honestly. Obviously you have the steel frame. You have the beams underneath. Depending on promotions of how good the wood is or the boards, I've seen different styles of wood underneath the mats. Some warped, some in the best condition that you've ever seen. But you got to think the foam we land on is only maybe, if you're lucky, that thick. If you can see that, it's that thick. So it's not the best feeling in the world. It's really not.
It's usually used and abused many times over.
Many times before you even hit it, So it takes its toll,
And then the ropes are steel, typically.
It could be steel, or you can have, like WWE has the ropes that are actually rope, and then they obviously with the tape over it. But I've seen different varieties of ropes, and it's all in the promotion. If you're gonna get some good ropes, some crappy ropes, or what you're gonna get.
And then the turnbuckles are a little bit of padding over like a steel knuckle, holding it all together.
Yeah, you have
there's nothing fun in the ring.
No, everything hurts. Honestly, everything hurts. No matter what you do, you hit the ropes. You will like when you first start until your body gets used to it. You hit those ropes. Your back is going to be bruised. You're going to see 3 lines on your back, if not 2. You know, of depending on how you hit the ring, and the turnbuckles, you only have a little bit of padding, and then you're hitting that rough metal knuckle, like you said. You'll get enough padding just so you don't barely feel it, but it's still there. Obviously, you have the turnbuckles that are metal, the ring that's metal, wood, and a little bit of padding. So nothing of the ring is really forgiving. It's more or less it has a spring to it, but you still got to think your body's making that impact. So you're still every time you hit it, it's like your body is automatically reacting as though you're getting in a car crash every time.
It's like the main reason I started this podcast was to try and get more eyes on local wrestling. Like tonight's show's what, $20, 25,
I
something
believe
like that.
I believe this one's 20 to get in. I
20,
think. Yeah.
and you get a full night of like hardcore wrestling. Like
I mean,
this feels like it's gonna be like a dogfight of some sort.
I,
But like tomorrow's show is gonna be, I think, 10 at Anchor.
yeah. Tomorrow is Anchor Pro, so tonight you're looking more of a brawling street fight, more or less. Like this is like if you go out into the streets and you're throwing hands and everything. That's pretty much what you're getting tonight. You're gonna have that big crowd circling you, and you got nowhere to go. Like you're in a pit. So hope for the best. Hopefully the fans respect us enough to where they don't try and hit us or do anything crazy. I can't always promise that, but because we never know, you might get that one fan to just think that they're part of it and just beat the hell out of somebody. Tomorrow we'll actually have a wrestling ring where it's a little bit easier on the body, where you're not hitting actual concrete, but a little bit more fun.
It's $20 tonight, 10 tomorrow. It's two shows for $30. You'll get WWE. You can even get in the door for that. Like AEW, you might
Yeah,
get a
not
nosebleed
not
somewhere.
anymore, not anymore.
TNA, probably nosebleeds. Like
Maybe for TNA. TNA used to be cheap. I used to go to TNA all the time in Orlando when they used to do their basing out of Orlando.
I haven't seen their tickets in a while. I know they come to Tampa soon. I haven't seen their tickets, but I
That,
assume 30 is not going to get you front row.
I highly doubt it. Not unless like you have like a very 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 good connection. I doubt it. But yeah, no. Bound for Glory is in Tampa. I'm actually thinking about that for my birthday, honestly, as an early birthday present. So TNA, if you're hearing this, tickets. I used to come to you guys' show all the time. Like hook me up.
I believe they're doing their Hall of Fame thing in Tampa too. I talked to ODB
Yeah, I
at
think so.
a show a couple months ago, and she mentioned she's going to be back for that.
Yeah.
Uh, two questions for you. The one I ask everybody is wrestling is all about those big moments. What is your favorite moment, whether it's something you've done or something that inspired you?
Uh, I think the craziest moment that everybody talks about, like that knows me, happened a few years ago where I put a trash can over my head and I coffin dropped to the outside on 2 opponents, and I'll take the blame of it. I'll say I miscalculated it. I did not hit my opponents and I landed straight on the floor, and that was the worst feeling in the world. So when Darby's hitting these coffin drops, kudos to him because I felt that what he's gone through,
Ultimate
like
trust fall.
yeah, it's the ultimate trust fall, and I had a trash can over my head, so I seen nothing. All I know is like, you could calculate in your mind like, oh, I've been up here way too long, and then right in that moment, it's like, doom, I just hit the floor and I'm I'm out of air. So I know I caught nothing but ground. So great.
And then the last question is, how can they find you? Socials or whatever.
So with socials, you can find me on Facebook, Sean Hawley. Um, Pretty easy to find me. And on Instagram, it is Sean Hall or Sean.19xx on Instagram. I don't do X. I just it's too much drama on there, so I don't even try to attempt to go on it. Um, but yeah, as of right now, like those are the things that you can find me on. Booking wise, I won't give out my email because like I did it before, and I had some really weird people email me, and it wasn't for wrestling bookings. It was weird stuff. So I don't even give out my email unless I know it's an actual company. So yeah,
Awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show.
thank you so much.
I'm going to pan this real quick and show this ring.
Hey, was there at any point you just wanted me to walk in and just disrupt the things?
I was going to say, if you want to like jump in and, because you guys are a tag team.
Yo, brown Kia, small Toyota pickup, get the fuck out of the parking lot.
Who the fuck's driving the brown Kia?
Go to the gimmick that has the doors on it. For fuck's sake.